What's up, guys? It's Scum, Scourge of Vinyl, Brandon, whatever. Got myself a new Cannibal Corpse Butchered at Birth mug for when I'm feeling particularly gutted. Alright, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about first today. I got an incredible haul in the mail. Stuff that I had ordered, and it all came at once. It was like fucking Christmas. I love it. And so I'm going to show you some Cannibal Corpse stuff that I got from Napalm Records in Austria. They recently reissued some of the Metal Blade Records reissues. I mean, like, I don't know exactly how this all works with the licensing and all that shit, but the first 5 Cannibal Corpse records got reissued last year, and Napalm had their own variants limited to their web store. So had to order these from Austria, but I'm so glad that I did. First, my favorite Cannibal Corpse record, bar none, The Bleeding. This is the clear, bloody skin colored vinyl, numbered 140 out of 300. And at first glance, this record looks completely clear, but I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell on camera. It does have a light pinkish tint to it, and there's hints of marbling, and it's got that awesome Metal Blade logo in the center label. So had to get that one. And then I got another variant of The Bleeding. This one called Crusted Blood Marbled Vinyl. Hand numbered 119 out of 200. This one you can definitely tell a little bit better. Dark red with black marbling. I thought both of these pressings looked very nice. I think I have like 8 different copies of The Bleeding now, and I don't normally collect variants, but it's one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite records of all time. So that was not much of a decision to pick up those. And then finally, I got another of the Vile reissues. This one on Gore Spitting Splatter, 84 out of 200. And this one, you'll have no trouble seeing the colors on this one. White vinyl, red splatter. This, of course, the first record with Corpse Grinder on vocals. Definitely another one of my favorites from Cannibal Corpse, so had to stack up on those. I got that mug that I already showed. I got a patch with the original logo. Anything with the original logo on it, I can't pass up. And then a beanie with the original logo. And this is the first, like, style of this kind of beanie that I have. It's like a skull cap style. I don't really like this style, but again, how am I going to pass that up? So that's it for the Cannibal Corpse stuff from Napalm Records. Next up, I'm going to show you some more records, this time of the brutal death metal genre, which I told you there was going to be more coming up. And this one, Pathology, Legacy of the Ancients. This was released by Victory Records because, strangely enough, Pathology is on Victory Records, or they were at the time of this release. And this comes on green vinyl. They only pressed 500 of these. 400 were on this green, and then another 100 on a dark blue. when it comes to like limitations, I don't really care. Like I could have easily gone for the more limited color, but I thought that the green looked better with this cover, so that's why I decided to get that color. But again, it doesn't really matter. It could have been just a black vinyl. I still would have got it because this album, Legacy of the Ancients and Waken to the Suffering, are my favorites from Pathology. So good to have that one on vinyl. Play at loud volumes. And then this one of my absolute favorite brutal death metal albums ever. Abominable Putridity, The Anomalies of Artificial Origin. Now, this came out on Unique Leader, and it is remastered, and it has new artwork. Printed inner sleeve. Lyrics there on the back. And they advertised this on Unique Leader as a blue with red splatter, but it's actually like a blue and red merge. Still looks very nice. I don't mind. When it comes to the colors of records, that's one of the last things that I care about. I care more about the quality of the sound, the packaging, artwork, overall presentation of it. But yeah, just a nice little treat, I guess, to have a vinyl color that looks nice. And then I got an order in from Comatose Music. Sent me a sticker and a little Devourment sticker. And then first up is Devourment Butcher the Week. This is the original CD that Devourment self-released back in 2005. It's still wrapped. I got this for $15 on Comatose Music's web store. I looked on Discogs, and even used copies of this go for like $30. So, yeah, I already had this album, so I'm going to keep this one in the shrink wrap as a collector's item. It might possibly be worth something way down the line, but if it's not, who cares? It's just cool to have. This is some of Devourment's best stuff. You know, their early stuff like Molesting the Decapitated, Butcher the Week, Unleash the Carnivore. That's the good stuff. And before I get to the rest of my order from Comatose, I'll just show, since I'm already showing Devourment stuff, this album, Conceived in Sewage. This came out on Relapse Records. Maroon vinyl, limited to 500. And this is my least favorite Devourment record. But it's still got some good stuff. I mean, 50-Ton War Machine, Fucked with Rats, Parasitic Eruption. Some really good songs on here, but overall it doesn't have that really raw, guttural, brutal death metal feel that the earlier records did. It kind of leans more towards traditional death metal, even though there are some slams and some grooves and stuff on here. But anyways, that's it for Devourment. What else did I get from Comatose? Good question. Cranium. This is Postmortal Coital Fixation. This is pretty good. Not my favorite. I'm about to show you my favorite. It does have a Abominable Putridity cover, entrails full of vermin. The cover art on this is so nasty. Cranium, a brutal death metal band from Norway. And then this is their most recent and is my favorite release of theirs. Chronicles of Perversion. Also released by Comatose Music. This one has some killer sound clips on it, like at the beginning of Rock-Filled Orifice. Sodomize her headless corpse, revisitate to mutilate. This is awesome guttural brutal death metal. And then this one is brand new. This is Desecrate the Faith, Unholy Infestation. This one just came out last month. This is a brutal death metal band from Texas. Only their second full-length release, but very, very promising stuff on here. I mean, this is one of Comatose's finest releases yet, I would say. Some nice artwork on there. Highly recommend checking out the new album from Desecrate the Faith, Unholy Infestation. And then the last thing I got from Comatose, Blasphemer. This is Ritual Theophagy. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is the European version, I think, that comes in a slipcase. Boom. This band is from Italy, so it makes sense that it would get released over there. The cover art on this one is sick. I mean, at first glance, you would think this is like a black death metal type of band, but rest assured, this is brutal death metal. Awesome stuff on here. I listened to this a while back when Josh Armijo reviewed it on his channel and loved it. Songs like Suicide for Satan, Jesus Rapes, I Deny. Awesome stuff. And the slipcase on the back of it is signed by all three members of Blasphemer. I did not know that this was going to come signed, and it is limited, hand numbered out of 100. Mine is number 50. So that was a nice little plus. I didn't know that the slipcase was going to be signed and hand numbered. So very nice. And then a couple other things here. I also got from Unique Leader the new Inherit Disease album entitled Ephemeral. This one is brutal death metal with a little bit of technicality to it. And I don't like overly technical. To me, the whole tech death thing is just mindless noodling. It doesn't really click with me, but this stuff is good. There's enough brutality mixed in with the technicality to keep my interest. And this one is another really solid brutal death metal release from 2016 that I stumbled upon this year because I'm just starting to get back into this shit. And this one I didn't get in the mail. I got this one at the record store close to me. Severe Torture. This one is their first record, Feasting on Blood. This is probably one of the more well-known brutal death metal bands from the Netherlands. This released by Willowtip Records. And I like to do a little bit of research before these videos so I can tell you, what year these albums came out in, where these bands are from. And the first thing it says about Severe Torture is that they were highly, what's the right word? Completely blanking out right now. Influenced. Couldn't think of influenced. But they were highly influenced by Cannibal Corpse in their early years. And I thought that was kind of funny because, I mean, what fucking brutal death metal band hasn't been influenced by Cannibal Corpse? So, yeah, that's it. That's all for this video. I hope it's not too long, but I wanted to show some of the stuff that I got in the mail, some more brutal death metal stuff. And I'm going to be continuing my tape collection series pretty soon. If you follow me on Instagram, I've been doing something called Trifecta Collecta, which is not an original idea. There was an Instagram account called Trifecta Collecta, but it stopped posting back in 2015. So I'm trying to bring it back, you know what I'm saying? I'm posting one album that I have on 3 formats, LP, CD, and cassette. So if you want to check that out, follow me on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram username, which is the same shit as this, Scourge of Vinyl. But as always, thanks for checking out these videos, commenting, liking, subscribing. And until the next time, Take care.